Yeah, we're live. We're live. We'll see how the frame rate and shit works out. Hopefully it will work out good. No, I don't have headphones, so you might hear an echo, unfortunately, because my hair look hella cute. Or I could just put on my earbuds. I have some.
My hair look hella, yeah, that would work.
Yeah, earbuds. I could probably do that.
Earbuds will work. It doesn't have to be headphones. It can be anything, honestly. Anything that will plug up to you. You can do stuff with it. I really want to tell people they have to have fancy headphones.
I want to know what's cute. Free.
People were like, but I don't have a set of fancy headphones. I'm like, okay, so just go down and get yourself some like earbuds at the dollar store. So
That's what I did.
Yeah.
I mean, sure, it sounds like echoey, but whatever.
Fine.
Yeah.
As long as that ain't gonna distract you, you're good.
Yeah, I'm just gonna, what was I gonna do? I'm just gonna grind for loot boxes, because it's loot box season, and we can get some extra loot boxes. And,
oh boy.
And I'm here with my friend, the Shoop Wing, the Sharp Wing.
My shoopy doopy.
My Snoopy Doopy Whoopies.
I'm just watching a sick dog ass shoot guns at another dog with two fists on a stream and their emojis. So, you know how that goes.
The Shoopy Doopy. Alright, let me share my screen so you can watch the, the game. Okay, Blizzard Battle.net. Where's Overwatch? Overwatch. It's not showing as a fucking thing. Are you kidding me? Okay, hold on. We're getting some shit figured out over here. Alright. Okay, where is it? Overwatch. Stream Battle.net. Was that be it? No. I don't know. Oh, because maybe it's not showing up. Oh, now we're cooking. Now we're cooking with gas. No! Fucking Jesus. It has to be up. That's dumb. Alright, you know what I'm gonna be a smart ass cookie, because, you know, this is called the shit cast. This is my shit stream, kids. Oh boy. Because I'm fucking having a dumbass moment here on the we're having a dumbass moment on the KittyHiPur channel right now.
Yeah.
Having a dumbass dumb shit moment. Let's see. Alright. Let's go to live scene. And there's my face. And we're gonna just grind for fucking loot boxes. Because why not? Alright. Okay. There we go. I'm still playing around with times because, you know, it says it's coming through clearly, so that's kind of cool. Alright. So anyway, Shoop Wing, how are you? You doing good?
I'm doing great.
He's doing great. He's doing fantabulous.
I'm having Kitty here work on some banners for me, make my channel better. I give it you money, so you do good.
I just realized I didn't change, and it's Overwatch, not fucking Pokemon Soul Silver. Okay.
You're gonna get banned.
I'm gonna get banned.
YouTube hasn't been very strict on like categorizing streams you do. Twitch is more strict about that.
But yeah, no. I was playing fucking Overwatch last night with Casey, so that was fun.
Oh yeah, that sounds pretty gay. I like that. Okay, so just...
Oh, bad video quality frame. And now we're...
Oh no, the frame-ita ikuwaka doo-doo?
Apparently.
Maybe if you stop the screen share, maybe that'll help.
Okay, well, hold on, I have to wait till I die.
Often, not everybody can screen share and share their game. Or stream it. The thumbnail even still says Pokemans.
Well, I forgot to change that. Oh well. Oh, I lost the game. All right, let's try not sharing the screens and just doing shit. Woo. All right, let's stop sharing screens. There we go.
That should fix it.
Hopefully, if not, I'm gonna be a little bit PO'd.
It looks fine on my end.
Hopefully that will look better. Alright. And we're just grinding for loot boxes today. I thought that'd be kind of fun just to be casual and yeah. Today I'm gonna be a Twitch thotty here on YouTube. You know, got my pinky drinky.
Okay.
It's okay.
It's okay. The pride shall set in. And you will be proud to be alive.
Oh boy.
All you gotta do is Ikawaka-doodoo punch the wall. You gotta be the wall.
I gotta be the marble.
I gotta lick the marble.
I gotta
date the marble. I gotta be the marble.
I gotta wash the marble. I gotta date the marble. I gotta fuck the marble. I gotta be the marble.
Why are you fucking the marble?
Because the marble is love, marble is life.
The marble is a marble. You don't fuck it. That's a bad idea. Fucking green screens, studio level green screens. Now you see the kind of shit people gotta put up with. And
Woo!
not only does the wall have to be green screened, but the floor has to be green screened. I mean, what's next? Green screen style underwear?
Dude, I bet there's something like that. You get like, you know, green screen levels of you know.
Like a scene in a comedy movie where a woman's vagina turns into a black hole.
What?
I could almost imagine. You could probably find that.
Oh, dear God.
Black hole vagina.
Black hole vagina.
Black hole vagina.
That sounds like a great fucking, what was it? That'd be a great, like, you know, comedy. Black hole vagina.
Black hole vagina.
Oh my God. Hopefully it's coming through. Is it coming through okay?
It looks like it's coming through fine.
Okay, because it says it's red. Please use keyframes for 4 seconds or less. Currently, keyframes are not being sent enough, which cause buffering.
I'm not sure.
Then
Normally I just set that to auto or 2.
We'll see how it works out.
Yeah, I didn't see anything about keyframes in your output. I think your output was pretty basic.
Yeah, I don't really do anything fancy. But I'm just curious if people in the chat are watching. If not, I'll be...
I mean, I'm watching and your stream doesn't look bad at all. I don't know what YouTube's talking about.
Well, then again, YouTube is more high upload videos, not high stream.
YouTube is doo-doo when it comes to their streaming capability. It's not to say YouTube streams are bad, it's just to say Twitch is better for it.
Yeah, but we all know how lovely Twitch people can be.
I mean... I don't know, the biggest, most broken thing about cam girl culture on Twitch, for example, is Twitch says this kind of behavior is against the rules, but then allows it anyways, so it's like, okay, so are these people allowed or are they not? Because that's how you sort of create this void where cam girls are getting a lot of shit on Twitch. And I actually saw this thing, Pink Sparkles, one of the chicks on Twitch that really is a cam girl, was on one of Destiny's things and was actually talking about this, and she didn't try to hide the fact she was a cam girl. She didn't lie about it. She didn't pretend to be something she wasn't. But she kind of pointed out that it's not all sunshine and rainbows with Twitch for her either. She's been contacted with staff being told she's on thin ice by some and by others it's perfectly fine. She was told by one staff member that she could only do squats for subs, but if she did squats for bits, she would be banned. And I'm just like thinking, that's fucking stupid. What sort of idiots are running that shit show? I mean, how do you engage in a marketing campaign that poor? I get you want to be for women's rights or whatever, but that doesn't mean you have to allow titty streamers. Because there are women who view that as misogynistic.
I am a titty streamer, guys. Look at me.
Yeah. You're about as much a titty streamer as Jim Carrey is a poet.
Hey, I can dream, Harold.
I've got you in my sights.
Hello, Hydra Boy. Welcome to this random improv stream. I was like, I wanted to stream Pokemon, but then I wanted to stream Overwatch because there was a special grinding event where you can get XP. So yeah, we're just talking about thoughty culture and how I'm a Twitch thought. No, I'm joking.
Well, it's the thing. A lot of the cam girls on Twitch aren't thoughts. They're actually very smart. They know how to market themselves. They know how marketing works, and they know. They don't make any effort to hide the idea. They know that what they are doing is overtly sexual. They admit it. But Twitch won't take a stance on it one way or the other. So they don't do anything. It's like what they have said. As long as Twitch is not kicking them off of the platform, they're not going anywhere. Which is fair, in my opinion. If the company that owns the platform isn't asking you to go, then you just assume you're welcome there. I mean, if Twitch says cam growing is allowed, then that's that. And then anybody that goes after the cam girls after that's just being an asshole. Because they're allowed there. But Twitch won't take a stance on it. They still haven't. I don't really care, because here's the blatant reality, right? Anybody who goes to watch a cam girl probably isn't coming to watch your Twitch stream. So you don't lose anything from there being cam girls on the site. Two totally different audiences. Now, most people would argue, oh, well, you shouldn't allow cam girls because men are objectifying women, and I'm just like thinking, well, that's a different problem entirely. Just because sex workers are allowed on Twitch doesn't mean it's free game to tits or GTFO any streamer. That's more so viewers shouldn't be doing that. Not, oh, this is happening because of titty streamers normalizing the culture. It's more like, hey, how about you not do that? Because this person is clearly not a sex worker.
Oh. Sorry, I almost died.
I don't really care. I just avoid talking about Twitch thoughts and boom, there's no issues.
Remember, you gotta have controversy in order to be successful, Sharpwing.
And a lot of people are saying Twitch is liberal leaning. I don't really believe that. There's plenty of streamers they've had that have done quite some controversial things. And there are even cam girls like super toxic ones that Twitch just outright banned. Ones that were treating viewers like garbage, that were acting inappropriately. So I think the conversation's a little more complicated.
No, I getcha.
I think it should be more like, if you want to stream on Twitch, stream on Twitch. You want to stream on YouTube, stream on YouTube. You want to stream on both? Maybe you want to stream on Mixer, do that. Now, people have pointed out how there are other streaming sites and things like that. But something people have pointed out, like sites like Mixer and DLive and stuff like that can produce streams for people. But one thing they're missing is enough capital to establish availability, because streaming is actually way more complicated than video uploading. Imagine you have a website and it has multiple infinite streams going in and out, data streams. And you have to have a site that not only manages to send those streams all around the world, but maintain the connection that the streamer is streaming at for that entire stream. That is actually why Twitch partners and stuff get priority treatment. And that's kind of the way it should be. You know, the people that work hand in hand with you probably should get priority over complete strangers. So it's like, it's not controversial if people say, oh hey, YouTube partners should get more perks than regular YouTubers.
McCree, I'm gonna eat your ass! Okay, I'm done. Sorry, I get very aggressive.
I have to say, something I'm actually really excited for is the Destroy All Humans remastered. Duke was showing me that, and Gonzo was promoting it around my server. I am really excited for the fact that THQ Nordic and stuff, all these guys are moving out to create remasters. Like, I don't know if you knew this, Kitty, but SpongeBob Battle for Bikini Bottom is
oh yeah! I heard it's coming to the Switch too.
SpongeBob Battle for Bikini Bottom rehydrated. They've remastered it and everything.
Didn't they add like lost content or some shit?
I think they might have. They did that for Ty the Tasmanian Tiger, which is actually a really old game that came to PC and Switch as well.
Yeah, I want to get that. I love SpongeBob. I grew up with it.
And they like softened out the textures, but they didn't really remaster Ty. Now, something I'm hoping is that Ty grossed enough to make a Ty 5. Because I really want the Ty the Tasmanian Tiger series to go on. And I hope that the Destroy All Humans remastered does good as well, because I also want Destroy All Humans to come back. And something I would really love is if SpongeBob Battle for Bikini Bottom expanded out from more than just one game. Like, I don't know why. People rail on SpongeBob Battle for Bikini Bottom so much and give it so much crap, but it was like... I don't think people understand. This simple Nickelodeon marketing game was actually a really good one.
Oh, yeah.
Like, people loved Battle for Bikini Bottom. I could remember my uncles had a copy. I had a copy. Some of my best friends had a copy. Battle for Bikini Bottom. And like, people actually liked it and enjoyed it. I'm more so interested when the Halo remasters come to PC. Because the fact that Microsoft has decided, and 343 have decided, hey, you know what, we're taking Halo, we're bringing it to the PC, it's coming to Steam, it's coming... I'm interested to see where that goes. I really am.
Yeah, that'll be kind of cool.
Yeah. More so, I'm actually extraordinarily interested that the Nostalrius fight for legacy servers for World of Warcraft actually did go somewhere. Like World of Warcraft Classic. Blizzard has announced that that will be a thing, and it will consist of legacy servers of all the older World of Warcraft games and the ability to go back and play the older World of Warcraft games, meaning people can go back and play legit Wrath of the Lich King or legit Burning Crusade or legit Cataclysm. I'm really interested by that. Of course, I remember when World of Warcraft Legion came out before Battle for Azeroth. I know that Sarah really got into World of Warcraft Legion. I was surprised that she never streamed it. When Sarah does streams, what she primarily streams is Warframe. So I guess that's like her go-to game. I was like, yeah, I need to stream Warframe more often. I have to get back into Warframe, and with Empyrean, the Warframe Empyrean update coming around the corner,
Mm-hmm.
which will introduce the Railjack, which is like a space travel vehicle for space battles and stuff. It's like, yeah, I really should get back into Warframe for when Empyrean comes out. And I'll have like all these wide selection of frames and stuff in my inventory, and just a wide selection of characters I can stream with, and maybe I can do Warframe streams different than the Warframe streaming community do. I noticed that a lot of these Warframe streaming community just focus on the grind, and they take themselves way too seriously. That often there's no funny back and forth banner. There's no fun, and I remember I actually did a stream of One Piece World Seeker that I think skirted the edge on racial comedy, but actually did have a commentary about the American school system. So Ren and a bunch of other black people that were in my server actually started having a conversation about a teacher that had kids write an essay about slavery. But here's the kicker. As a letter to the slave owner about why what he is doing is immoral.
That's interesting.
First question that came to every black guy's mind. Why is an escaped slave writing a letter to the slave master? And that broke into a comedy routine of Ren just being like, now, master, your conditions were not the best. Like, obviously it was racial, and I would argue it skirts the edge, but it had something to say beyond black people are bad. Like, it sort of mocked how we're going about teaching people American history and how it might be wrong. And I think that's a much more valuable conversation. And when I started to realize there's a way you can have productive conversations and still be skirting the edge of edgy humor.
Yeah, no, I get you.
Without doing something overtly offensive, it fascinated me. So I just started doing casual jokes and focused less on the racial angle and more on just the stupid things people were doing and saying. And then I came to like, consuming more liberal content and stuff, and actually seeing that the left wing is not entirely kooky. Some of them actually have some pretty good points about the way our society's going. And they're introducing things into the argument that Republicans just don't. So it's not just, oh, Republican or bust. You actually start to realize there are some liberal perspectives that could work for people. So then it becomes less about, oh, I want to call out these fucking cringy SJWs, and more about, well, I want to know why there's not clean water in Flint, Michigan, or I want to know what we can do about climate change that's going to be effective, or hey, why don't people in America know about the Battle of Dunkirk? That was a pretty crucial battle in World War II fought by Europe. And it might not be strictly American, but it seems like it'd be important for Americans to know about the history of World War II. Considering a lot of our ancestors came off the curtail of fighting a bunch of Nazis. So it feels like it would be important to hear Europe's side of the story as well, which is just something we don't introduce in the American educational system. And people are like, well, it's America. Why do we need to know about the rest of the world's history? One big difference about America and the rest of the world, from what I've understood, is we're trade partners with the rest of the world. It's kind of a thing for us to be able to understand the history and culture of other countries that we're working with, so we don't wind up offending them or creating rifts in our trade relationships with them. But on top of that, in order to relate to, say, a global problem, we have to recognize global history to some degree. Like, it's extraordinarily busted. Some people are actually talking about how World War II was a white man's war and there were very few black people or women. From the American perspective, yeah. They're actually 100% wrong that the war was a white man's war, though. Because if you take into account most of Central Europe, the ATS existed, which was a British military force primarily consistent of women. Bet most people didn't know about that. Britain was not discriminatory towards women whatsoever. They could serve openly on the front line. And then there's the fact that it was not just France and Britain that fought Germany. It was the entire French and British Empire, which consisted of parts of India and Africa. That's right. There were French and British colonies in Africa, which meant black people that were a part of the British and French Empire fought in the war. They were extremely crucial in the Battle of Dunkirk. But we don't know that. And, you know, I think that's a problem. And it definitely runs a slippery slope where we've made an account of plausible deniability for, like, legit racists to go, oh, well, this is our history. This is white people's history. Because we can completely discount the achievements of other people. Because the American perspective doesn't even remotely come close to talking about those people. We, like, focus solely on, well, white people, as much as I hate to say it. So when you take that into perspective, no wonder the fucking rhetoric of the left is like, oh, rich white men, straight white male. Like, it's because we've kind of, I don't want to say we've whitewashed history, but we have most certainly diluted it. We're not telling the most accurate account of American history anymore. Because to tell an accurate account of, like, something like World War would involve us focusing on more things than just the American angle of that war. I mean, the reason it was called the World War was because the Axis powers were being fought by not just people in the United States of America and Central Europe, but all around the world. We're talking, you could go into the Middle East, there were some people fighting Axis powers. You could go into Central Asia, there were some people fighting Axis powers. Like, all over. That's why it was called, that's why the two great wars were redubbed World War I and World War II. Because in a grand scale, they really were a war so incredibly massive, it engulfed the scope of the world. And, like, I don't think we understand or know that. Yeah. I think it's, but that's where I go from the perspective. I don't really prescribe to the ideal of white man bad. But I do prescribe more to the idea of the people in charge have a serious fucking agenda to make us as dumb as possible. And I think it's easy to tell why, because dumb people are complicit. We do what we're told and we don't question it.
Get in there, Bob. Do your shit, Bob. Bob is being a dick. Oh, here we go. Oh.
Kill them bad boys.
Kill them all.
I'm actually wondering when the date is that they're going to be releasing this Halo Master Chief Collection to PC.
I have no idea.
Because one thing I was actually really excited to know about all of this was it's not just the first 4 initial Halo games coming to PC. It is every Halo game there has been on the Xbox since before they stopped taking them off of PC.
Really?
So most people don't know this, but Halo Combat Evolved and Halo 2, first off, Halo Combat Evolved started as a PC game. But everybody literally thinks Halo's always been an Xbox game.
Was it because it was made by Microsoft?
Microsoft bought the rights to Halo. No, it was made by Bungie.
I got the honeydew skin!
Halo was made by Bungie, and some of the licensing rights were bought by Microsoft.
Ah! 500! Sorry. Anyway.
At some point or another, Microsoft decided to take Halo off of PC completely when they made Halo 3, because they used Halo 3 as a huge marketing point for the Xbox 360. That was probably one of the most successful things they did with the Xbox 360, and that was a majority of what advertised the 360 era, was Halo 3. Halo 3, Gears of War, all these interesting titles they had come out that really sold the console. But they didn't make any new titles when Xbox One came around, so they lost their edge. And with a lot of the controversy they did, like forcing people to have a Kinect, the fact that it's always on and apparently watching people or something like that.
Our world is worth fighting for.
The fact that at the time, Xbox One had like a really anti-open game trade policy. Like, I don't know if most people knew this, but like, actually most people probably remember this because it was a big talking point. But Xbox had kind of made it so that if you put a game disc in your Xbox One that was registered to another Xbox, it would brick your console. And what that essentially means is if a friend came over for a sleepover or something and decided to put their game in your console, it wouldn't work. It wouldn't work.
Oh.
Sony used this as a counter marketing strategy against Microsoft to say, well, how do you give your PlayStation game to another friend? And it was simply one dude gave a dude the disc, and then it was over. That's it. They used it as a position of attack against Microsoft and Xbox because they fucked up royally. One of the biggest selling points of these consoles was the convenience.
And, hey, Duke, and hey, Blue Topaz, how are you?
Like, one big thing that turns people off to PC gaming, right? They don't know the first thing about building a computer, so they'd have to, like, go to these sites that have people build a computer for them. And I guess people would want something simpler like a console over something more complex like a PC. Which is why the console market still exists, just convenience. And anybody sitting here pretending like a console isn't more convenient than a PC, well, that's just ridiculous. A PC is not convenient. If a part breaks, you have to replace it, period. Like if your sound card breaks, you don't hear anything. So you have to replace that. If your graphics card breaks, then your games aren't being processed properly because for most people, their graphics card is their video card. They get like a GTX 720 and they solely use that to process their games. Or, well, one big one. Motherboard fucking breaks? Holy shit. Because all of the hardware in your computer is tied to that motherboard, if your motherboard breaks, it's essentially a clean wipe. That is the worst thing about computers. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, all the data, all the previous ways of running software and things like that, like, you can get all your softwares you bought back, but your computer would have to relearn all over again how the processes work. Because the motherboard of the computer is essentially the brain. So, like, imagine if the brain of your computer dies, it essentially had a stroke and passed away. And then like, you put a different motherboard in, it's a new computer altogether.
I'm gonna be right back. You keep talking, I just gotta use the bathroom really quick, because I've been drinking so much water.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I'll be back, guys. Sharpie's gonna entertain you. Talk magic things or something. I don't know.
Like, I'm not even gonna sit here and pretend like PC doesn't have its complexities, but for the trade-off of all those complexities, if you can learn the curve, oh dear lord, I hated to completely wipe my computer. But you know what I'm talking about. When the motherboard fucks up, everything's fucked. Period. Because one thing that cannot be denied, that is the brain of the computer. If the motherboard's out, everything else flies south. People just purchase consoles for convenience. I'm not even going to lie there. They're not, in the long run, they're not cheaper or more expensive than a PC. It's just a matter of preference. Although I would argue PC actually offers some pretty useful perks. Like, for example, free game stores. You do not have to pay for the service of using these game stores to get your games. You have to pay for Xbox Live in order to digitally download games on Xbox. And if you don't have Live, then only the digital games that you've installed will still play on your Xbox. But I actually learned about this. If you don't have Live, but there's a digital game on the store that you don't have installed, you can't install it until you get Live back.
It's hot as fuck. Hold on. I gotta turn on all of the fucking, fans and air conditioning and, oh. Goddamn, it is hot as fuck. I am sweating my ass off. Like, holy shit.
Oh yeah, that's how I got fucked with my PC. Once I get a place here soon, I'm saving up for a PC and I'm getting my damn VR set up back. Because I'm sick of not being able to go online when I wanted.
Alright, I'm back.
Precisely. One thing that is definitively true about the consoles is you cannot go online whenever you want. If you don't pay for the online service, you can't play your games online. Whereas with PC, by just paying for your internet, you could do that liberally. But here's the thing. And make no mistake, what actually happens with consoles, you buy the console, you pay for the online service, and you have to pay for your internet, because without internet, the online service is moot, and you can't even really pay for the online service because there's no internet connection to send the transaction.
Alright, I'm back. You got to see my thoughty ass. Go to the fucking bathroom, not really.
So, in regards to pay gates, console sucks for that reason. In regards to hardware convenience, no, PCs are not convenient. Nobody in their right mind is telling the truth if they tell you PCs are convenient.
PCs are a luxury, if anything.
Yeah, they absolutely are, but so are game consoles. I mean, let's be honest, any form of entertainment or thing that we indulge in, like video games and stuff like that, is just a luxury. And people could argue survivalistically, yeah, we could do without them. Socially, could we? I don't know. I would say it's forms of entertainment through which we meet new people, create interactions, and establish human pacts. It's through those mediums of entertainment and communities we can create that we establish social spheres.
Ah, fuck you, get shit.
It could be psychologically argued that without anything to do, people would look for something to do, and things that we would do in regards to our nature. Like, for example, before we had TV, before we even had like plays and other forms of entertainment, you know how the fucking Roman and Greek Empire entertained themselves?
Mm-hmm.
They had a bunch of people kill each other in a gladiatorial stadium.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, entertainment. I would argue it's probably much better to sit down and watch TV than watch a bunch of dudes murder each other in an arena.
Back in the day, like, I want to say over in the Middle East, they would have, like, Arabian belly dancers, or I think that, I can't remember, it's over in the Middle East somewhere where they would have people, like, in very colorful and sparkly outfits, you know, basically fucking lap dance for you.
Essentially, when you have a society that's more decadent, and it's much easier to get the things that you need. Like, all you have to do is work a job, make some capital, and then you got food on your plate, and you got bills paid. You need something to do with all the rest of that time. That's why entertainment exists.
Crawler says, Pikachu is my favorite Overwatch character. I know, right? Fucking Mario is not only my favorite Overwatch character, but I know that Link plays in fucking Super Mario Brothers and rescues Samus.
Yeah.
It's great.
Pikachu is my favorite Overwatch character. I don't know. If there was a skin to make Hammond look like Pikachu, I'd say they have a point. Still can't believe they added a giant hamster into the game.
Hey, I like him, and he's a cute babby.
Was he like the last character they added to the Overwatch roster?
No, the last character they add was Baptiste, and Baptiste was a new addition to the Overwatch lore. And, not lore, but fuck you. Not you. But I'm talking to the character.
But apparently they're like finished adding characters to the Overwatch roster, right?
No, I heard no, that's not the case.
No? Why are they already in the talks of an Overwatch sequel if they're still working on the first Overwatch
I think it's
show?
more of story based, if anything, because this right now, the only thing that we have right now are the comics and the cinematic. And
so they're making something more like a Battleborn to go along with the arena shooter they got going on here. Battleborn was actually a really fun game. It just came out at a really bad time, so it performed poorly on Gearbox's part. But I liked Battleborn. It was actually pretty fun. Speaking of Gearbox softwares, I'm actually kind of wondering when Borderlands 3 is due to come out. And oh my god, I really hope Anthony Birch isn't writing for them again. He's horrible. It's not even because he's an activist, it's just because he doesn't know how to write a fucking good story.
Doofus! Let's see. John Cena is my favorite Overwatch character, and Mindless Gonzo is my favorite Smash Bro Fires. I know! I main him! I love his ult. Ultimate Grump.
Ultimate Grump. Oh my god. It's the thing, you actually could put Gonzo in Smash
Dude,
Bros.
I
as a
would
meat
love it
fighter.
if someone could take his, like, not his Overwatch, his Team Fortress 2 persona and fucking throw it in there.
Well, there are ways to mod Smash Brothers. It still has a very strong, thriving modding community today.
So, that'd be cool. I would love that. Like, somebody fucking mod, Super Smash Brothers Ultimate, and I would just fucking adore it. And I would main Gonzo, and Gonzo would probably have...
I'm not even sure how mods work for the Nintendo Switch, to be
Me
honest.
either. I think it's more complicated than, I assume, the Wii U.
Probably do something stupid, like probably stream Viva Pinata later tonight, or maybe do a Sharpcast. I'm not certain. I don't actually have a lot of interesting guests for my podcast, so I gotta do like something like that.
No one can hide from my sight. I will follow my path.
It's like when you actually decide to move away from the anti-SJW model of political commentary, you learn there's a whole wide world of things to talk about out there. But you have barely anybody that wants to talk about those things. Because their primary concern, the top issue in the world to them is, one, prove that SJWs are entitled, two, prove that SJWs are ruining everything around us, and three, prove that SJWs are the masters and dark gods of tech that lord over us with their supreme anti-capitalist, capitalist supremacy. I don't fucking know. They kind of went as fucking culty as SJWs, honestly.
Ah, shit. Death is my favorite Overwatch character. Oh, you mean Reaper, right? Because he screams, die, die, die. I totally get you, man.
Damn straight. Damn straight. Let me take care of this trash and get like a beer or something.
Beer! Time to heal up! So yeah, how do you guys feel about Overwatch 2 from what you've heard about it? I'm kind of confused about it a little bit. Ooh, I whistled. Confused. Confused. Let's do that. That's crazy. Let's see. No scythe wheeling one.
I got myself a water because it's healthy. Acid reflux diabetes, man. Ugh. That's Pepsi Man after they rebranded it. Acid reflux diabetes, man.
Oh, shit. They rebranded him? What?
No, I'm kidding.
Oh, I would have been like, what? No. Pepsi Man's my heroes. I think Overwatch 2 is pointless if not done correctly.
You know, I want to introduce people to the 4X genre of games. There aren't enough 4X streamers, in my opinion.
What's 4X?
4X is the 4 major X's in a massive overhead strategy game. Exploit, explore, exploit, okay, expand, explore, expand, exploit, exterminate. Those are the 4 X's in an overhead strategy, and that can consist of games like Sid Meier's Civilization, Total War, Endless Space, Endless Legend, Command and Conquer, I believe. No, that's Narcissus. Actually, let me take a look.
Starting over from the beginning.
No one can hide from my sight.
Oh, let's break it down!
Team up for special attack.
Alright, here we go. Master of Orion 2, Battle at Anatarius, Sid Meier's. Like, any of the Sid Meier's games are 4X's. Civilization, Master of Magic, Endless Legend, Endless Space. There are very few 4X games, and it's a very niche genre, but I wish people played them more. They're really fun.
Well, I do like exploring games.
Like, if you've ever wanted to explore big maps and build an army and build a civilization and kind of learn how an economy works and fight wars off of that premise, and like maybe have it be multiplayer where you're like building an empire but your friend is also building an empire, but you could like establish trade with them and war with one of your other friends that's also playing, or go in alone and war against all the other countries. It's really awesome.
Do you have any predictions for E3? I think, at least for the Nintendo Switch, I think that, there's gonna be a lot of games ported over. Like, I want to say some Pokemon games. I want to say some older games. So that's just me. I mean, I don't know about you. What do you think?
Also, I think, honestly, the 4X genre would be extraordinarily appropriate for talking about politics because 4X uses models of economics that actually work. Like in Endless Legend, for example, you have cities, and you can expand them with however much food you grow based off of the first few civilians you have. But then you can spend that food to get more civilians, and you can use those civilians as resources to put towards other resources. And in Endless Legend, for example, you have the engineering resource, the science resource, the money resource, and the farming resource. And there are like little blips in each little town you can do, and you can take these little people blips and assign however many people are working towards helping you build points towards X task. And when you build enough points towards science, you can unlock a new scientific innovation and use that to grow your economy. You could literally just point your guys towards being labor, and you get more and more money each systematic turn. Like, the thing that's beautiful about Endless Legend, those can be really, really long games, but if you learn the learning curve, they're actually really fun.
Hey, Lyndon Liquid, we're just talking about games, and Blue Topaz did ask us a question, our predictions for E3, so what do you think?
Uh, I'm not really wholly interested in the E3 scene. I'm actually wondering if Microsoft will come out and talk more about the Master Chief Collection that's supposed to be coming to PC. That's something I'm really anticipating because one thing I was actually talking with Kitty about, what I'm excited for. So most people don't understand the history of Halo. Combat Evolved started on PC, and Halo 2 also came to PC, but around the time the Xbox 360 came out, Halo 3 never came to PC. And that was because Microsoft exclusivized it to more effectively market the Xbox One. But now look where Xbox is. Right back to licensing out their exclusives to also being on PC so they can make back some of their back profits. Most of the Xbox exclusives can still be accessed through the Windows Store and played on PC. And you can play with other Xbox players by playing your games through the Windows Store. Like Sea of Thieves. If you buy Sea of Thieves and you play Sea of Thieves on the Windows Store, you are technically playing Sea of Thieves on the PC. But you can still play with people that are on Xbox Live by playing Sea of Thieves. Here's something really unique. You can still engage with your Xbox Live friends normally on the PC version of Xbox Live. So it's extraordinarily different than what's on Xbox One currently. And if you just did Xbox through the PC app, you'd be limited on how many games you could play on your PC, but there would still be a good wide selection. Like if you were a Sea of Thieves player, you wouldn't have to buy Sea of Thieves for the Xbox One. But if you did buy Sea of Thieves through the Windows Store and you got an Xbox One, you'd still have Sea of Thieves.
Let's see. Bayonetta 3, Animal Crossing, DLC Smash, and new ports to the Switch. That's what Blue Topaz James think. And sweet. And how was the Twitch call last night? What Twitch call? I wasn't in a Twitch call.
Twitch call? I think he's talking about Midnight Media.
Oh, I dipped out after a little bit because I promised a friend I would stream with, not stream, but I promised some friends I would play Overwatch with them.
I think what I'll do if I move my channel more towards a politics and gaming segment, I will actually probably focus on getting better at my 4X playstyle because 4X games are really fun. Maybe 4X games and maybe city builders like Tropico and stuff that are heavily economically based. Like people don't understand. You know, when people say get politics out of our games, they would actually be talking about getting rid of 4Xs altogether. But you kind of learn what people mean by politics out of our games is get forced modern agendas out of our games in a way that shoves it down our throats. I don't think anybody is for taking economics out of 4X games or taking economics out of city builders. That's what makes them fun. And most people don't understand. Games like Tropico, And 4X's like Civilization are actually learning games. But they're learning games that aren't down your throat about it. They're really fun to play, in my opinion. Like, you learn the basis of what civilizations are and how they work by playing 4X games. Because it's not just you're a guy trying to kill other dudes. You are an entire empire, technically the faceless entity of the player trying to build an empire. So you're like this ambiguous figure, and you're just trying to build a country, and that could be through means of political espionage, through exploration, through science, through expanding your money, through industrial ages, through trade. 4Xs are interesting in that way because there's no one way to win the game. There's tons.
Who is hitting me? Okay, nobody's hitting me up. I thought they were.
I mean, you can lose a 4X. Like, if your civilization gets wiped out, you lose. So it's not like a game where everybody wins. It's just a game where there's multiple ways to win. Because the game of economics does not play from one angle.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, I'm really excited for, like, other games to come out. I'm very scared for... Is it bad to say I'm scared for Overwatch 2? Is it sad to say? Because I really do love this franchise. I mean, I know it's more of a glorified TF2, but I think the reason why I don't play TF2 versus Overwatch, I like the characters on here a little bit more. I'm not saying that, like, the Heavy Man or the Demo Man or whatever are not, you know, bad characters or anything. I just liked how the characters are a little bit more fleshed out than TF2, but that's just me. That's just me. If you like it, go right ahead. I mean, I don't know. Am I weird?
No. But there's also a heavy thing that sets Overwatch and TF2 apart. Like, people are saying, well, Overwatch is cream in TF2. Yeah, but TF2 is an entirely different game.
Mm-hmm.
Sure, it's a competitive shooter, but it's, in regards to the Source community,
Mm-hmm.
it's also evolved into kind of a social game because you have a lot of these side sims that subvert what Team Fortress 2 is. Like, for example, you have the Saxton Hale game style where you're just well, it could be Saxton Hale, but the way people have modded it, you could also fight people like Mario. You could fight a lot of the Gmod community freaks that were created.
Yeah, no,
Yeah, they took Saxton Hale and just made it into this like social boss battle thing, and you could literally battle anything.
Yeah, like...
And, like, it's bare bones basic, but sometimes less is more. So, just the concept of, oh, there's one big team of people, there's this boss, it's really easy for him to kill you, but if you work together, you all just might be able to kill the boss.
Yeah, no, I think it's a great concept. Like, don't get me wrong. I'm just not really... It's I don't know. I tried it. I'm not crazy about it, but this I'm crazy about, and that's why I'm kind of fearing that fucking Blizzard because. Yeah, I'm scared of Blizzard kind of going out of, like, not the comfort zone, but their own fucking lore. You don't know how many times they're like, I don't like this lore. I'm gonna change it. No, McAsh never happened. Aw, yeah, no, this and that. And it's like, pick a story and stick with it, please.
Too much retconning. Retconning really turns people off from the story and the world around it. If you retcon too much, people start to see the holes, the plot holes in your story, and you know, just how uninvolved with your own world you are. And if you're not involved with the world that you're building, your audience is going to be extraordinarily uninterested as well. Don't retcon things. Have a clear plan and stick with it. I mean, the thing that's complicated about stories and stuff, though, is when you want to tell, like, an interwoven, complex story, like, for example, something like Rick and Morty. Rick is actually a scientist and things like that, so he talks about actual scientific concepts and things like that. And there's literally a point where Rick falls down a black pit in a quantum paradox, and there are a bunch of cats everywhere, and he refers to them as Schrodinger's cats. You probably wouldn't know that unless you've ever actually paid attention in class when you were learning about Schrodinger's cat. But that's like a scientific thing, which is kind of where the meme comes from, that, oh, Rick and Morty is an intelligent show for intelligent people. No, it's got its moments. It's a very dumbed down, very simple show for people to follow, but it's got its moments where it literally does, you know, point to complex scientific concepts like Schrodinger's cat and things like that. Or how quantum travel would be possible. Or the instances in which dimensional travel would affect the paradigm. Or what it means to be human. Or how dark the universe really is compared to the small reality which we engulf ourselves. How insignificant is the human race compared to the rest of the universe? Like, things like that, Rick and Morty actually does explore. I think that's where the meme comes from. But my point is, people are more invested in that because at least the guy that wrote it didn't retcon Rick and Morty a bunch. Pokemon Sword, Shield, and Tactical Nuke. I'm gonna be honest, I think it'd be pretty cool if you had like a Pokemon game that was set in a steampunk universe. And I actually don't see steampunk that often. I would like to see steampunk more in video games. Which it's a pretty simple concept. It's like you're in Victorian era British Empire that's achieved like a science fiction level of industrial revolution where they have like zeppelins and monorails and rail cars and like robots that work with gears and steam.
Ah, shit! Sorry.
Hence the word steampunk, because it exemplifies heavily on the steam engine. Guns of Icarus in particular is a really interesting game set in a steampunk environment.
Let's see, the chat's going off, so if you could read that while I'm trying not to die. Please and thank you.
Lyndon is just saying, no, I don't want tactical nukes, and then Hydra's like, yes you do. And like they're probably gonna have like a back and forth about that for a bit. Is like, no I don't, yes you do. No I don't, yes you do. No I don't, yes you do.
Hey,
Okay,
spam
yeah,
my chat, I don't care. I find it amusing.
3 no's and 1 yes means yes.
You know, when she says no, she really means you. Okay, I'm done. I'm a horrible person, I know.
If somebody tried that with you, though, their balls would be eviscerated.
I mean, they're more than welcome to try.
Yeah, because you want to hurt them. I know how this goes.
No. I wouldn't hurt them.
You want an excuse.
Well, doesn't everybody want an excuse to punch a person?
That's true. That's true. Everybody's looking for an excuse.
So. But yeah, guys. Is anybody going to BronyCon this year? Because I like want to meet people and be like, hey, you're cool.
True Perfect Cell appears. Hydra Boy, no. Key Blast.
Brain Blast!
Oh boy, Chat RP, my favorite. Pokemon Spear, Nuke, Bomb, Axe, and Sniper Rifle and Bazooka. Hydra, yes. Oh my god. They're just going worse with it. Fucking Pokemon Bazooka Edition. Come on now. What do people think's gonna happen? They just go from Pokemon Sword and Shield to Pokemon Rifle and Cannon?
Oh. My mind's telling me no, but my body's telling me yes, says Blue Topaz.
Blue, no. Bad Blue Topaz.
My work is not complete.
Okay.
Blue Hair's actually been more involved in your streams than Midnight Media. I think he likes your stuff better. Like, it's like everybody in the Midnight Media crowd came for her specific thing, and when we stopped giving it, they kind of tuned out. Like, Blue Topaz, I see him in a lot of gaming streams that are just really funny.
I think he just likes games and I guess likes me. I don't know.
I've seen Blue Topaz a lot in your chat versus mine or Midnight Media, so I think he likes your game streams the most.
Ah!
Could be because you have tits, but I don't know.
Ah,
What do
Carl.
I know about boobs?
You look at your boobies.
Your boobs, yes.
You gotta be waifu material, guys. That's how you get all hits on the internet. Oh, fuck you, diva! Eat my fucking left nipple.
Nipple tickle.
Oh!
Tickle. I've been really trying, baby. Trying to hold back this feeling for so long.
Eat this, hamster boy.
I've been in both streams. Yeah, I know you've been to my streams before, Blue Topaz, but I'm saying I've seen you here a lot more. So that makes me think maybe Kitty's just better at what she does.
I don't even do anything. Like I'm just gonna just say on a grander scale. Like I'm just saying this. So I'm saying this as a number amount. Yes, I have 6K, but not even a third of those people join, and it's fine. Like not everybody's in the live stream, but I'm just saying like I don't think I'm doing anything right or anything better. So
Pokemon Cannon Toilet. Who the fuck's gonna play Pokemon Toilet Edition? Hydra Boy, you're being bad. Pokemon, okay, Pokemon Scythe, I actually could see that. But what would it be? Like Pokemon Scythe and what edition? Pokemon Scythe and Grave? Pokemon Scythe and Pitchfork? No, that's dumb.
I won't make you fucking cry, hamster boy.
Ooh, I got it. Pokemon Scythe and Dagger Edition. See, that actually sounds like something Nintendo would come up with.
Oh, okay. I tried my damnedest to join your stream, moderating so that Sharp can stay up the streams because of our time zone. Ah. Well, like, I think it's also the mix of time zones because like, not a lot of people are, I guess, around to watch, which is fine. I mean, it's nobody's fault. It's just time, and not everything I do is gonna be catered to everybody's, palate.
To be frank, I also choose to stream at the dumbest times. It's like, oh, I feel like streaming. It's like fucking late as shit already.
I try to be between 5 and 8, and it's like, you know, don't worry about it. Like, I
What am I trying to do? Attract a European audience that would be up at that hour?
don't know.
Oh yes, I love shopping's content.
Oh, yes,
Very
yes,
good.
very good. I love shopping's
Very
content.
Oh mate, this is as bad as good as shrimp on the barbie.
Oh,
Fucking-
gotta be
fucking
them
Australian
Shelleys.
people
Oh,
watch it.
yeah.
Hello, I am from India.
Hello.
I love the shopping.
Ricky.
Lisa. This is my favorite
Wait.
channel.
We're sounding so fucking racist right now. I apologize. Well, I don't think it's racist. I think it's more a stereotype.
No, stereotyping doesn't necessarily have to be racist. It can just be stereotyping. Some
Oh.
people have argued imitation is the best form of flattery.
Well, I've been trying to, like, get a lot of you guys to join, because, you know, it'd be really, like, lit to have all 6K of you come on down and join. But I know that's not gonna happen, because I think a lot of people are like, oh, when's the Dragon Maid shit happening? When's the Dragon Maid... when's the role play for my waifu? And it's like,
I don't know. You've had quite a few more people than I've ever had show up to your streams.
so
That's saying something. You've got a loyal audience for your streams. It's just, it's not enormous, but it's definitely bigger than mine. Why did that sound like a penis?
I don't know.
It's definitely bigger than mine. I think that's the analogy that sold it. I know, I'm a juvenile. It's okay, I work an $11 job. I'm good.
Yeah, I don't, I work at a cute little thrift store, so that's fine.
How much do you make an hour?
I think it's about, like, I think it's minimum wage, which is, like, now turning to $15. Or it's, like, no, it's $11 or something like that an hour. I forget exactly, but...
Wait. The minimum wage in New York is turning to $15
That's
an
what I
hour?
heard, yeah!
Fucking shit. The price for everything's gonna go up to meet that.
It means
That's the one
it means
thing-
that
that's the
everything's
one
gonna
thing
get
people don't
higher,
get.
and it doesn't matter, like food, water, things like that, and yeah.
Like if the state minimum wage raises entirely, then every business has to move to paying their employees.
I'm assuming.
Like, it's really complicated, right? Businesses won't give you a raise when they should, which makes the cost of living very difficult for people. But if you try to artificially raise the minimum wage, then the price for everything and even state taxes go up to meet it.
But then you get your state taxes back.
Yeah, and depending on how much you give in, you get more or less back. If you actually only make like a few $100s a month or something, and then when you file for your yearly taxes, you get most of what you gave to the government back.
In the end, it doesn't even matter.
It's more about how you save your money. No amount of money you make is going to change your circumstance. It's how you spend.
I just
But for people that are good and frugal with their money, it would help them to make more money. I'm not.
Oh
gonna
yeah,
deny that.
like I barely spend any money, and I'm like, and people are like, how do you able to save? And I'm like, I just buy what I need, and if I have an little extra, I'll splurge every now and then, but that's only on food,
Yeah,
because
like-
that can disappear.
Well, it's like instead of eating lunch at a McDonald's every day, why don't you eat like cheap gas station food, which is actually.
Oh, why don't you just like go to the store, buy chicken or something, and
Yeah, or like why
And-
don't you do microwave? Like, there's tons of different options people have, but I guess people still haven't recognized the difference between want and need.
I will follow my path.
It's like, oh, I want this thing, but do I need it? Well, it's like, do you need internet? Like, everybody's on the internet. Everybody socializes on the internet. Most of the news around the world seems to be given to people at a more express rate through the internet. Most major and social conversations are had on the internet. Most of the world's major businesses and stuff operate through the internet now. No, you don't need the internet, but there's a position of argument to say it could be regressing people entirely in society not to have internet, just because of how dependent this society is on the internet now. And it could be argued, if you don't have the same societal advantages as everybody else, you're fucked. So areas that don't really have internet are probably less developed than areas that do. That's not insulting the people that live there, that's insulting the economic structure of where they
McCree! Get out of my face!
I mean, if you're in a place that does not have internet, odds are you have much more pressing issues than internet, but that's a bad thing. If you have much more pressing issues than internet, then those issues need to be solved. But if the biggest issue you have is, oh, well, we don't have internet yet and we're still waiting to get better internet, you're good. You're good. But like Flint, Michigan, for example, I don't think they really care whether they have good internet or not because they have contaminated water. Like, alright, polluted water is not a first world issue. That is indeed a third world issue. Because you have the potential to drink poison, essentially. So most people have to buy like store-bought water or foreign chains and things like that. but they can't use their own sinks and bathtubs to take a shower or drink water. I mean, like, either way, you're paying for water, but, you know, a water bill is simplistic, depending on how much water you use.
McCree! Ah! He scared me! Fuck you! Sorry, I'm yelling at character. It's gonna be McCree in the bathtub all over again, I bet. Oh, Sharpie, do you know the story about McCree in the bathtub?
Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't get my taxes back yet, says Lieutenant Topaz James. WTF. Did you... So you filed them and you haven't gotten them back yet. See, that to me is a problem. You should have gotten those back when everybody else did.
Well, wasn't the government... No, the government shutdown was during,
Yeah, no, we wouldn't still be feeling the effects of the government shutdown. Everybody should have got their tax money back by now. I think you were lost in the system, James. You might want to ask about that. I don't know who you asked, but...
Ah, fuck you, Widowmaker.
No, you pay your taxes. You should have gotten your tax returns by now.
Hmm.
And that's the thing, too. Paying taxes ain't actually that bad. They take a small percentage, but they give most of what they've taken back.
Yeah, he has a pee-pee.
That being said, it would be nice if we had more of a say as to what our tax dollars went to. It is our money. And it could be argued that, you know, we should have a say on where our tax dollars go to. Because if the whole purpose of paying taxes is to improve infrastructure, it's like, oh, you pay your taxes so you
Oh, I
can build the roads,
fucking hate him! Sorry.
so you can build the roads. And I'm just thinking, there was a point when we didn't depend on the government to do that.
Dang,
Now
I
it's-
saw this,
Now
no.
it's like every little thing in regards to infrastructure that we could do for ourselves, we just let the government do. Even though that's not actually their job.
Let's see, dang, I saw for Sold and Silver, and I got tricked, unless this is Pokemon Sword and Shield footage. No, I was too lazy to change the thumbnail, and I wanted to see how changing my frame rate and my bit rate and shit would end up looking versus what I got now. Still bad. YouTube's not the best streaming platform, but the problem is that a lot of you guys are here, so I don't want to neglect you guys. So I can't really do it on Twitch. I wish I could, but unfortunately I can't. What I would like to do is try to see if all 6K of you, if not a good chunk of you guys, could come join the streams. I don't know what to do about that, though.
Science will reveal the truth.
Pokemon poop and okay, Hydra boy, you need to stop.
It's time to stop! It's time
Now-
to stop, okay? Where are
Now-
your parents?
Where are your parents?
Where are your parents?
Who are your parents? Where are your parents?
Why are your parents?
Why do they exist?
I really don't like Twitch anyhow. Well, I mean, I tried it, but everybody kept asking me to show my tits. What else happened? We had like a whole drama fest in there or some shit. Like, there was a saga or some crap. So, And then people are like, I always miss the streams. I always miss the streams. I'm like, did you turn on your notifications? No? Okay. I just feel bad, you know.
Attack commences in 30 seconds.
I mean, there was one Twitch streamer I used to watch, but she doesn't have much of a following. It's not really much of a following, but it's more like, you know... It's more just the interaction, how fun people can be, and we can create random memes. So... Time to escort that payload. I want my ship from it. I want my payload crap. I need it. 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 Oh, you fucking cunt ass bitch ass shit. Hello, this is Autism Rage. Ah, shit. Look at the chat. Sharpwing. Pokemon. Did you see that? Sharpwing? Check out the chat's doing.
Let's see. Alright, I'm here, says Gonzo. Dang, saw the Soul Silver thumbnail, got tricked. Kitty, you needed to change the thumbnail. She forgets, everybody. She forgets. Unless this is footage from Pokemon Sword. Pokemon Poop and Pee. I don't really like Twitch anyhow. Pokemon Goku and Vegeta. What the fuck? That's one reason, yeah. I mean, there was one Twitch streamer I used to watch, but she didn't have much of a following. Not as many as you do. Man, I haven't played Overwatch much since the days of competitive Lucio Ball. No, I do want to let people know that if the thumbnail hasn't changed, that's not due to malice. It's because sometimes when people start the stream, they forget to change the thumbnail of the last stream they did. Because she did change the title. She just forgot to change the thumbnail.
I mean, one time I did bamboozle them, but that was April Fool's Day, so...
That's why I really hope sites don't start to go as harsh on, quote, misleading thumbnails, because it could also be small things like, oh, I just forgot to change the thumbnail before starting the stream. And I see that happen a lot. Like, people just rush into the stream, but they forget to change the title from the previous stream they had. They forget to change the thumbnail. Just easy to forget things. I'm not mad, I just thought it was amusing. Yeah, it happens. It happens. I actually think it happens a lot more with smaller streamers that aren't round the clock constantly and gotten used to the routine.
Overwatch 2, a Blizzard burnout. No surprise, Kitty forgets things.
I'm not saying you're mad. I'm just saying, I think there are some people that would confuse that for, oh, she's trying to mislead her audience.
I've only done that, like, once with, the whole bamboozle thing of, the, April Fool's trick.
April Fool's video, yeah.
Yeah, but that was April Fool's, you know? It's
Yeah.
not like I say, "Hi guys," so I have like it's like vlogging. "Hi guys, it's KittyHiPur
like-
here, and I want to tell you that
Well,
I'm
it's
in a
like-
really big feud with like XYZ YouTuber, and it's crazy, and I created some
it's like-
mad ass story."
That's why policies against clickbaity thumbnails don't work, because what classifies a clickbaity thumbnail? If it's a thumbnail that accurately talks about what's in the video, even if it looks like it's using like shocking language or propaganda or whatever, what if the video itself is propaganda? Then the thumbnail's accurate.
Yeah.
What do you do there? Like, what people call clickbait is usually an accurate representation of the content they're getting. I'm not gonna lie.
My ultimate is charging.
Like, not very often have I called a video "Who's Your Daddy" and made a thumbnail about the game "Who's Your Daddy."
Oh, we should play that sometime. I forgot
And then-
that game
and then-
existed.
And then played Luigi's Mansion. See, that would be highly misleading. I always thought those policies against clickbait thumbnails were shitty, because how do you indicate what a clickbait thumbnail is?
Well,
Just-
I think a
a
clickbait thumbnail would
thumbnail-
have like some boobs and and like, you know,
Like,
some
Yeah, like
ass.
things in it that the video does not remotely entail to.
Hi guys,
there's
we're
a way-
streaming. Let me perk out my titties.
But there's a way to bait clicks, which accurately describes what's in the video. So, at that point, what classifies clickbait? Any thumbnail that exists to get people to click on the video? Okay, so every YouTube video ever? Every YouTube video using bright colors, specific words, specific images to evoke a reaction to get you to click on the video? Every video is clickbait. How do you make a policy against clickbait on the internet? How do you do that?
What else does the chat say? Ooh, loot box time! Loot box time, boys!
It's like, I understand people have good intentions and they're trying to help and they're trying to, like, I guess, reduce people being manipulated by misleading content creators and things like that. But in order to understand what you're making a rule about, maybe you have to understand the culture of the website that you're trying to regulate. Because if you don't, you wind up making stupid policies like the clickbait thumbnail policy that doesn't go anywhere. A clickbait thumbnail would have red circles and arrows and stuff in the, not in the video, and content creators over exaggerated face. You still have that, minus the few things listed there. And I think I still see videos with the red circles and things that aren't in the video and stuff. So, I guess the banning of it wasn't very accurate. I don't know.
Let's see. Man, I need to start an account named XYZ YouTuber and have a feud with Kitty! Sure. Let's make some fake drama.
The definition of clickbait is like the legal definition of obscenity. I know it when I see it. But do you? I mean, there are ways you can subvert the obscene and tricking people into thinking what you've just shown is not obscene. Or you could skirt the line of what is socially acceptable behavior on YouTube, like Steven Crowder having that "communism is for figs" shirt, when you know what he means. You know what he means. Like, oh, come on, come on. He just put a fig Newton there. You know that he just wanted the shirt to say fags without actually saying fags. Come on. But that skirting the line bullshit means you're just trying to evoke those responses YouTube don't want, but in a way that toes the line. It solves absolutely nothing to do it that way. With policies as hardcore as, well, we don't want you saying or doing certain things about people, you can't let them skirt along the policy like that. Either you're all in or you're out. So it does get a little messy. I'm not gonna lie there. But when YouTube's not all in, then we don't know where the line is clearly defined. Just bottom line. Pokemon. Oh, no, 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 no. Fucking JoJo's Bizarre Adventure reference. My point is, it's not that simple, and people that don't even know how the YouTube or internet work aren't remotely close to figuring it out. Like, the first step to regulating the internet or creating standards of conduct or policy would be knowing what the fuck it is you're looking for or talking about. But if you don't even know that, you've got a lot of groundwork ahead of you. Joey's Rata switched accounts.
Yeah, that's Jamelson. He just wanted to make a Joey's Ratata account.
Heroes never die.
Okay.
Ah, you
Wait,
fucking asshole,
Joey's
cunt ass,
Ratata.
bitch ass shit! Sorry.
Joey's Ratata, that's a fucking reference from Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged. Do you want to see my shiny Rattata?
What is she?
It's the shiniest Rattata of all the Rattatas.
Almost there.
Why did Russian hackers go after Kirito? Why Russians is my response. Like, it had to be Russian hackers.
It just had to be Russians.
Because the country of origin is Russia? Okay. So he knows who hacked him. He must have reverse traced the signal, I guess? I don't know. Oh my god. Don't forget Hydra. There's also... This is a... It's my account name on most things, Joey's Rattata. Because no other country knows how to hack. I think Argentina
Eat my
does.
left nipple!
I think India does.
Oh god, chat gives me more idea. Okay, let's do this. Come on, I want to blow people up.
Kirito must be like some CIA agent or something, because I'm wondering why Russian hackers would want anything to do with him.
Who? Who's that?
Kirito Matoi,
Who's that?
the guy that used to send like splice phone calls and stuff, and there's Leroy Sinclair and things like that on I think it was both Radio Molly and Midnight Mayhem. Or no, wait, it was, shit, what? Oh, Stardust, yeah. There was Stardust, like, it went RM, then it went Stardust, then it went Midnight Meteor.
Still do that?
What?
She still does that?
No, he does his own thing now.
Never die. For a price.
No clue, I've had my...
Keep the head of here!
I think there should be doing streams of more 4Xs. Like, they're really long, but maybe 4Xs, I don't know, would suit the atmosphere I'm trying to set. And that being said, like I said before, I don't see 4Xs played often enough. Like, there's not a big enough community for the 4X genre. And I think it might primarily be because, like, people see
Res me,
games
res
like
me, come
Sid
on,
Meier's-
res me, revive me! Ah, yes!
I think people see games like Sid Meier's Civilization and things like that, and they don't know what the game genre is. They probably think it's just another RTS, not understanding that 4X actually has its own genre. Yeah, I think I want to play like more dungeons and more 4X games and RPGs and stuff, because those kinds of games are my jam. I could play those for long hours of the day. And I'm not actually a big competitive shooter person. I like role-playing games. I like adventures. I like action. I like creative games. I guess the few genres of games I played, if I had to boil down and sacrifice some genres, I like a little bit of everything. But most of what I have played is survival games, 4X, RPGs, and MOBA. Those are the 4 main genres of games I played. I don't count platformer because I play those whenever I want, and there are far few and in between of platformers. I mean, some of the best platformers, in my opinion, are the old ones. Like, I like games like Jak and Daxter, I like Banjo-Kazooie, I like Crash Bandicoot, I like the old Spyro games.
Oh, you fucking ass, shit ass, bitch ass hoe! I'm gonna fucking shake you in the ass and I'm gonna turn your insides out! Sorry.
Most of my life in gaming was actually spent during the PlayStation 2 to Xbox eras, playing old PlayStation 1 games mostly, actually. And playing like forgotten jewels like Fairly Odd Parents, Breaking the Rules, and Shadow Showdown, and playing things like Ty the Tasmanian Tiger or Luigi's Mansion. And just remembering the grand old time I had with some games that are just, in my opinion, forgotten jewels. I actually never really was big on the Pokemon games, but going back and seeing it and the kind of games I play now, I think I'd actually be kind of okay with playing Pokemon.
Yeah, it's a great series. I love it.
And it reminds me a lot of that RPG aspect, because you do have to level up your Pokemons and stuff. So, like, it's got RPG aspects in it. I mean, all intents and purposes, Pokemon really is just a glorified RPG. I mean, it is a role-playing game.
Oh, yeah.
It is a turn-based strategy fighting game with huge story mechanics and aspects. You play your own character, you build your own team of Pokemon, you level them up. Yeah, it's an RPG. By all intents and purposes, it checks all the boxes. Of course, that's probably why I catch you playing all sorts of online games and stuff in addition to this and Pokemon. Like why you played Neverwinter for a while, or various other...
Ooh, extra XP, yay.
I would say I actually play MOBAs quite a bit with some of my friends. And I've been trying to get into RTS through the old Warhammer RTS games and StarCraft, which are really good games, might I add. But I suck at real-time strategy versus 4X strategy games. And a lot of people might ask, what's the big difference between real-time strategy and 4X? 4X is a turn-based strategy game where you really just have to plan things out turn by turn. And RTS is real-time strategy, so everything you do is in real time and there's no turns or anything. But both of them are extraordinarily interesting. And depending on...
Husband. Sorry. I'm trash.
Actually, no, Total War is not a... My bad. Total War is not a 4X. Total War is an RTS. And usually, RTSs are more simplified for real-time action. I mean, there are elements of economy, like, in StarCraft, you have minerals and then Vespian Geyser, and you use both Vespian gas and minerals to invest in more industry, and you build more structures to continue in industry. Whereas with 4X, it is more expanded, with more attributes on how to win the game, mostly turn-based, and you can explore, expand, exploit resources, and exterminate your enemies. So like, if you took the concept of an RTS and expanded it even more with the 4X genre, like that's what the 4X genre is it's the concept of what an RTS is, takes it to its logical conclusion, and adds a hell of a lot more to it. I play a lot of Civ 5. Best Civ is Polynesia. So, okay. So yeah, Joey, I'm assuming you know what a 4X is then. When you are done with Soul Silver, you might enjoy playing Pokemon Mystery Dungeon.
Oh, I played it
Explorers of
before.
Time.
Oh, I played
Pokemon Mystery... Okay, Pokemon Mystery Dungeon is way more RPG than traditional Pokemon is. I will say that right now. Pokemon Mystery Dungeon is like hella RPG.
Well,
Though that's a 4X board game.
I will correct myself.
Yeah, that was another thing that was interesting. The Civ board games came from, or the Civ video game came from the original Civilization board game. And a lot of these 4X strategies or RTS-based games were board games first. And then they found out how to make real-time strategy games. And in a way, they made them way more lively than the board games they originally came from. I thought it was really interesting that real-time strategy games were originally board games, and they were more like Risk and stuff like that.
come on, come on.
Now, I've actually recently seen various RPGs explore the concept of taking something like Dungeons & Dragons and making, digital board top games. And one game I saw that very recently explored that was Divinity Original Sin 2. They have another mode in the multiplayer in Divinity Original Sin 2 called GM mode, which is Game Master mode, which literally allows you to take environments and stuff from Divinity Original Sin 2 and build them more in a Dungeons and Dragons-esque fashion. Like the actual Dungeons and Dragons board game, like you have to roll dice and stuff for actions, but instead of you know, the usual board game just using game pieces and stuff, or what they do on Roll20, what they do in Divinity Original Sin 2 is you can have real-time battles, because Divinity Original Sin 2 itself is a turn-based combat game. So you take that and you add D&D elements to it, it gets really interesting. And I was like thinking, yeah, people should do that. Turn-based strategy game, but make it more like Dungeons and Dragons, where you could create your own adventure. And you have like characters and sprites to work with, but you give them dialogue lines and all sorts of other things, and you like, create a digital game where you essentially make your own adventure and do it right. That would be awesome. Like I want to try and see people take something like Dungeons and Dragons and turn it into a successful video game, because the concept of Dungeons and Dragons is really amazing. This big open world, sometimes broken into small little explorable dungeons, sometimes broken down by you know, explorable parts of a wider map controlled by a game master. But like where MMOs are like a linear path and you know all the places to go, but you can go wherever you want. What if you took something like D&D where the canvases and stuff could be made completely from scratch?
Ah, shit nuggets.
Like the environments could be made completely from scratch, the characters could be made completely
That
from
require
scratch.
a lot of people knowing how to build and mod and all that shit.
Yeah, the stories could be made completely from scratch. But I'm saying, what if you had a mechanic where world building and stuff was built into the game? They tried doing something like that with Project Spark, but failed massively. The whole goal of Project Spark was it was like an online social game that gave people the power to rig up characters and like create their own game with it. But it was like very niche and done very poorly. Project Spark was very limited on the grandiose scale as like what people wanted this kind of create your own adventure genre to be. And it's not that the create your own adventure genre couldn't work, it's that the few people that have done it haven't done it right yet.
Oh, we're almost at level to 100! Ah! Sorry.
Because I deride the concept that something like create your own adventure could only exist in a tabletop game like Dungeons and Dragons. I do believe you could create a video game that is successfully create your own adventure. I believe it with all of my heart that it is possible because the human imagination is infinite.
I played, the mystery dungeon I played was, Pokemon Fire Red, yeah, I think it was Fire Red or Team Fire or something like that.
Hello there.
Yeah.
So,
It's like, this is a genre that's very obscure, and it's very hard to find games where they do this, though. But I would love to see more attempts at the create-your-own-adventure genre. Like, you've got a bunch of base models and stuff that start out with the game, but you've got, like, these worlds, and you can rig them up any way that you want. You could set them up, like... Something like Halo Forge World, but take it to its logical conclusion. And I'm talking about like the Halo Reach Forge world, where you could make structures and build them into a unique map on the confines of Forge World, but take that and create it on a grander scale. Like terrain forming and aesthetic shifting.
Oh.
You could change the color of the sky, you could change the color of the sun.
that'd be kind of cool.
Yeah. You could somewhat alter what the monsters look like. Like, you have a base model, but let's say you actually did have a modding community. You could use a community workshop to change the way the monsters and enemies look to give your own unique feel to the adventure you're building. So it's like... And, like, yeah, it sounds like a very ambitious project. And if I had the means and knew how to make a video game, I'd probably try and do it myself.
Yeah.
Like if something like Halo Forge World can successfully work, and people could build and craft all these unique structures, if something like Minecraft could successfully work, and people could build and craft all these unique structures, taking it to its logical conclusion would either be making a mod for these games where you can forge an adventure from scratch, where like there is a planned story, there is a plot, but there's an openly explorable world with all this interesting lore and stuff like that, and one of the players is like the GM, and they can just forge the world around them and expand it and make this adventure grandiose. If you can build these phenomenal structures in digital games like Roblox or Minecraft or whatever, I do not doubt people could take that to a logical conclusion of build your own adventure. And I mean, they kind of do that, but still fail to break through as to what I'm talking about. Like, you took the feel of a D&D live game where everything is being built, pre-planned, and made around you, where you choose the dialogue, you choose what you say, and The GM chooses how the other person responds, but you like take that D&D aspect and you turn it digital. But like rather than it being just flat tabletop, it's like the sprites and stuff are animated, the figurines and stuff they use are animated. The world is forged, like you could see the vast mountaintops. You could explore. But here's something that would be really risque. You could take something like this build your own adventure and you could use a turn-based combat system to capture the traditional feel of D&D, or you could make it more like the modern Final Fantasy where when they encounter a monster, it's not turn-based. It's like any average MMO where they're just fighting this thing real time. And you like have an option between that, whether this adventure of yours is turn-based and focuses heavily on story, or whether it still has a great story but it focuses on real-time combat. I bet modders could probably do this, and this is something that could be actualized with mods and a lot of alteration of game script. But I would be curious what a game like that would be if it was like a game like that. But at its core, that's what it was from scratch. And then you just had like a modding community and people that build on top of that with whatever they want. And like, you know, we see a lot of these games where they actually have online worlds where you can build your own levels, or you can build your own little quests and stuff. And I mean, they attempt to do something like that in Little Big Planet, for example. I like that concept. I like that concept of like sandbox games. But what if it was a sandbox game specifically geared towards the aesthetic of making a science fiction or RPG style adventure? And like it was still a sandbox game, but it was a build your own adventure kind of sandbox game. I personally think that's something that people want. Like, I think it's something people would genuinely ask for. I think it's something people would be genuinely interested in. Because, like, tons of people have fun playing D&D. And there are still more people nowadays being brought into the world of D&D and how fun and interesting it is. But, like, it's really difficult to set up a D&D session online because everybody lives in different time zones and you got different time. But what if you had a video game that just did all the legwork for you?
I don't know.
Yeah. Like, I've never seen in game conventions people asking for a build-your-own-adventure game. But I think if somebody added, like, enough to the workshop and enough to do, you could totally have a build-your-own-adventure game. And I think a lot of people would be interested in it.
Yeah, die.
Actually, I remember people were exploring the concept of like build your own adventure. Something Project Spark actually explored was like you could build a level and invite your friends to play on you with it. And if you made like enough levels, you could essentially de facto make your own game and your own adventure and everything.
I am on fire.
But Project Spark like kind of bombed because it wasn't very well done. And I don't think that means like the idea behind what Project Spark tried to be is wrong. It's that Project Spark did it wrong. But they tried to create the idea, well, a friend could join you and help you build a level together. And I'm just like thinking, yeah, that sounds a lot like Halo Forge World. I mean, and Halo Forge World was like the bare basic of this idea, because Halo Reach was probably one of the first games to explore the concept of taking something they had in Halo 3, like Forge World, and expanding upon it with actually being able to spawn structures and build something out of those structures. And I don't know if you ever played Halo Reach custom games.
No,
back
I
when
haven't.
Halo Reach, yeah, Halo Reach was once a big thing on 360. When Reach came out, it was the talk of the town. Because, well, one big thing, it was Bungie's final project on Halo. After that, 343 inherited the rights. But it was actually Bungie's love letter, because every experimental and beta concept they once wanted to try with Halo, they did in Reach. Like, they had things like the armor ability perks, and the jetpack, and all sorts of different things. And people would argue Halo Reach is more like its own beast. Like, it's Halo, but it's a different kind of Halo. Because no other Halo game plays quite like Reach.
Come on, give me that loot box, bitch! Sorry, I'm excited. I want to get a loot. Sorry, I had AFK. No, it's fine.
I would love to see the Halo Forge World community brought back when the PC release happens. Because I imagine if they're bringing back Reach, they're bringing it back with all the bells and whistles.
The true enemy of humanity is disorder.
But my biggest question is the Halo Master Chief Collection PC release going to have crossplay with people on the Xbox? Because if that's the case, fantastic. Fantastic. It's everything I want in a Halo game.
Alliance defense system. Hello. Sentry turret placed.
I don't need a new Halo. I could just go back and play the old ones forever. I think
Hashtag not my
Reach-
Halo.
Yeah, not my Halo. Hashtag not my Halo. Fuck Halo 5. I'm not interested in Halo 5. Hashtag not my Halo. I'm not even really that interested in Halo 4. Like, I had a few friends that were, but I don't even know, how advanced Halo 4 Forge World was. Like, I heard Halo 4 had a Forge.
You have my thanks.
I heard Halo 4 had Forged, but I'm wondering if the environment was like more or less limited than Reach.
Turret deployed.
Somebody says Minecraft. Oh, we are at a loading point. Oh boy, I love loadings forever. Oh boy. Is everybody having a good time, or are you guys bored? I want to know. Guys having fun?
I liked Forge World when they were using it to make like special infected maps, and they were building like whole cities and stuff out of these Halo Forge World style structures. It was cool. Like I remember too. They made like other gameplay forms, like Death Ball. You had to run, like you had to run away from a giant death ball, which was like this big ball of plasma rolling at you, and you had to jump over obstacles and dodge little death traps and stuff, and it was so cool. And they had another one which I believe at the time they called toilet, but then they recalled it ball pit. Which, like, you're in this pit, and there's like golf balls constantly spawning and rolling down into the pit that you're in. And if you get buried alive, eventually the golf balls crush you to death and you die. And the idea is you have this giant golf club that acts as the gravity hammer, and you have to knock the golf balls away and avoid getting buried alive by the golf ball pit. Whoever survives and makes it to the top of the golf ball pit wins. That was cool. I believe it was originally Halo Reach and stuff that invented things like Duck Hunt. Not the original Duck Hunt. No. This Duck Hunt was a very interesting concept on Halo. You had one guy with a sniper rifle, and you had this massive tower that you had to scale up. But the sniper was constantly trying to snipe you. And the way you win is by killing the sniper, which can only happen if you make it to the top of the tower to the teleporter at the top. But he's constantly trying to snipe you, and if he gets a shot off and kills you, you're dead. But there are obstacles and stuff you can hide behind, and the Duck Hunt game was all about timing. And taking advantage on your enemy's distraction.
Oh, I died! Duck Hunt, the greatest of villains in Smash. I like playing him.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't.
Yeah, like I said, Duck Hunt in Halo Reach was a completely different concept, but it was interesting.
Your support has arrived.
Thank you.
Yahi parambasta viktahe.
And like Forge World in that was amazing because you saw people make like all these different diverse racing maps. You saw people make these really unique style deathmatch maps. If I recall correctly, Halo were also the people. Halo Reach was also one of the first games where the concept of Jenga happened. But I believe it was called something else. It was called Prop Killer or something like that. And what happened is you stood on one side of the map, protected by a stack of vessels, and somebody else would use a gravity hammer and launch things like explosive barrels and other map spawn prop items at you, like tanks, warthogs, and the whole goal was to get you to fall down the pit and die, or hit you with one of the props and kill you instantly.
Ah, fuck you! Sorry.
And then there was Infected. Oh, Infected. That was always my favorite game mode. You basically had a bunch of people that acted as the quote-unquote infected, and they had energy swords. Now, the energy sword, if anybody knows, can kill you in one swing. So, but to counteract that, the infected have no shields. You can kill them in one shot. But if an infected kills you, you spawn back as an infected. And you can kill people in one hit. But if they cohesively work together as a group,
Hello.
Well, I think the reason people like called the prop launching concept Jenga was because the way the tower was built up like a Jenga tower, and how in Jenga if you put in a block wrong or pull out a block wrong, the tower will fall over. That's why they called that Jenga. Except it exemplifies the concept of the tower falling over.
Shit.
Death is an illusion. My teleporter is online. Current in place.
Whoa! Oh!
Aligning defense system.
Oh! No, we're getting there, boys. We're getting there.
I will follow my path.
Maybe I should play Fortnite again on my fucking Switch.
Teleporter online.
Possibly.
Fences in place. Thank you. Teleporter online. Remove everything. Protect the girding. Fences in place.
Come on, shit.
I will follow. Photon barrier ready for deployment. Teleporter online. Open to power. Yati param vastavikta hai.
Oh, shit! Let's see. I'm very poor at Fortnite. I've only played one round. I couldn't understand it. Come on, give me my loot box, give me my loot box. Yes! Yes! I've dumped so much time in this game, it's not even funny. Come on. Big wins, big wins, big wins! Ooh, purple! And it's gold! Oh, now I got some money, money, money. Let me see how much I have to get those two things. Skins. Just writing a message to some people. Okay. Let's see what I want. Not. Ooh, I do like that skin. Ooh, I might get that. How much? 250. I do want the magician. That's 1,000. I do want Oasis. That's 1,000. Budgeting, budgeting. How much money have you? Loads. No, not really. I mean, I'm not crazy about her dance. I wish it was more like different. But I do like the ribbon emote. So I might get that. I'm debating. All right, let's see. Let's see. Oh, Academy. How much? 3,000. Her cruiser skin's 1,000. I love the cruiser skin. Ah! So cute. That's 1,000. Hey there, Realm Wars. How are you? Let's see. We gotta grind. We gotta grind. I was already in Elios. Oh, no, I wasn't. I don't think it was. Was it? Daddy left the game.
Hello there.
By the way, Sharpwing, have you met my friend Realm Wars?
Have I what?
My friend Realm Wars is in the chat.
No, I have actually never met them.
Oh, they're a friend of mine and Jen's. Doing good. The thumbnails for stream. No, I forgot about changing the thumbnail. Right, time it just right.
Get into position. Hello there. Hello.
Can't stop, won't stop. Oh, finally, the stream is green after an hour, 2 hours. What? Oh my god, we're playing with Barbie. Are you seeing this shit? Playing with Babby. Ah, that's cool. So are you having a good time, Sharpwing?
Yeah.
Yeet.
Yeah, I'm just like watching some stuff about Halo Forge on the side.
I'm just a little wondering how I can engage people more in my streams, you know? I don't know what else I can do. I guess all they want is waifu and titties, I guess.
Hello. 5, 4, 3. My ultimate is charging. Alarm defense system.
I don't want to see through the dragon's eyes.
I'll show them.
Let's see, you seem a bit engaging when you're playing something that's turn-based and you can read the chat more often. I didn't think of that. Oh, he fucking put me off the boat!
Yeah, that's true. That's true. The problem with real action games is if she's really focused on playing the game, she can't pay full attention to the chat. Whereas if she's playing something turn-based like Pokemon, that's very true.
Well, I'm just saying in like a general sense. I'm just kind of confused. Like, you know, I'm not saying I'm not grateful for them. Like, don't get me wrong. It's just that, you know, I would just like to bring more of the audience in. And it's like, I don't know what else to do, you know?
Yeah, it's the thing. I'm into a variety of games, so something that's interesting is I can actually introduce Kitty to quite a few games, and if I'm willing to buy her a copy, then she'll probably try it.
Oh, you fucking ass bitch! Sorry. By the way, Kitty, when you get a chance, look in Discord. Okay.
Death is an illusion. Fences in place. Where does it hurt?
There is a husband!
I like the
Hi, husband! Come here, husband! I'm gonna fucking murder you, husband!
Yeah. By the way, you get the chance, I sent you an image over Discord. Someone gave me that. That's what Realm Wars said.
Hey, McCree! Why don't you be a good boy and sit down? Oh, you fucking asshole. No, don't marry Kitty. She'll murder you. I'm actually never getting married. I'm with somebody right now, but I'm not. We're never getting married because it's too financially burdened and it kind of fucks up everything. So, but yeah, no, McCree. There is a running joke that I love McCree so much that he's my low-key husband. And, you know. Ah ha ha! Karma!
There is still much to be done. Raksha Pranali Samvedika.
Ah, no fair.
System optimized. Turret in place.
Oh shit. Meanwhile, Kitty has to marry tells me to marry the waifus I have. You should! Go and marry them! They love you. They want to be with you forever.
A momentary lapse.
I thought about doing like sit-down streams where I would just talk with people. Like it's like one of those chill streams, but it's like I don't think people would be interested in that. because of the fact, I don't know. I just don't think people would be interesting. They'll be wanting me to be something that I'm not. I don't know. That's the way I feel about it. No! Oh! Evil! Evil! Don't you cock tease me like that, you motherfucker! He's a fucking cock tease.
There is still much to be done.
Ree!
Rakshas Ranali Sandhika. My teleporter is online. From light to
Cease your resistance.
Yahi param vastavik hai. Settle deployed.
That de-weefy. I have no idea what that means. Well, do you understand what that person's saying? Just curious, Sharply. Oh, you fucking cock ass. Lol, rage. That's me raging. I know, I am an ugly piece of shit.
Death is an illusion.
I should kill myself.
Firelight's moving out. On the wall, ladies and gentlemen. Start your engine.
Teleporter online.
I love that man, but I hate that man all at the same time. Alright, I think that's gonna end it for today. Thank you for joining, and thank you, Sharpwing, for joining.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Alright, go put your channel down below, and... Oh, I keep getting Dragon of Games, no! Put... No, I don't want to play. Leave game. Yes. Alright, I want to thank everybody for joining, whether you, you know, you guys, yeah, liked it or not, or hate me, but we die. Doesn't matter. But yeah, hope you would, you know, liked it. Could you put the link to the Discord down, by the way?
Yeah, I'll do both.
Yeah, but we have a Discord for my channel. It's kind of nice. So, if you guys want to join, if not, that's okay. And just leave me nasty comments. I encourage you to tell me I'm a horrible content creator. I encourage you to shit on me. I encourage you to do all those things. I would love to see those comments and dislikes. But yeah, no. It'd be cool. And, yeah.
Ooh, yeah, Helios is actually calling me. I'm gonna go see what he wants.
Alrighty. Sounds good. See you later. Anyway. Just hate my channel. Unsubscribe. You know. All that fun gunk. Alright. I'll see you guys later. Bye!